everybody that's coming here. Kaji Gus, Big Rob. What's going on, guys? Marco, how you doing? Elite Physiques. Higuera, Mari, what's going on? PLK WAP, what's up? How you doing? Everybody join us in on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. I appreciate all you guys. Instagram too as well. Martin, C. Case, what's going on? How you guys doing? All right, so welcome, guys. It's Titan Talk Tuesday with me, John, CEO and owner of Titan Medical Center. Got a little bit of a different show for you guys today. We're going to talk about Therapy of the Week, which is Nectar of the Gods. And then we're going to get into all your questions about how you guys can gain lean muscle, lose weight, be better in the bedroom, perform optimal outside the bedroom, maybe your job, in the gym, have better mental clarity. All these different things Titan Medical Center can help you guys out with. We're also going to talk about peptides today. It's a big thing coming down, so I want to make sure that you guys are on the loop on these peptides and what's going on with these peptides, because obviously there's been a lot of questions. I've been getting a lot of calls lately. Jay Valita, what's going on? How you doing? J-Man, 23 Nike, Star Bright, how you doing? Cal National Guard, how you doing out there? Air Watts, how you guys doing? Everybody on TikTok, I appreciate you guys. All right, so let's talk about Nectar of the Gods, and then we'll get into the peptide therapy. And if you guys have any questions, just shoot them out on here, and I'll get to them as soon as I can. But any question you guys have, I mean, nothing's out of bounds here. So, all right, so Nectar of the Gods. Let's talk about the Therapy of the Week first off and get this done. Nectar of the Gods is awesome, right? And this is a vitamin amino acid therapy that we offer. It's kind of close to Hercules Potion, but it's got one main component that's different. So when we talk about Nectar of the Gods, we're talking about glutamine, arginine, glutathione, NAC, proline, lysine, taurine, and L-carnitine. It's got a lot of great components to it. The biggest component that's changed that goes really well, especially with immune system boosting, because people like Nectar of the Gods because it has a lot of immune system boosting functions. And when we talk about these different functions and recovery functions, we talk about glutamine for recovery, arginine is a vasodilator for blood flow to get everywhere, and we talk about lysine that builds the immune system, supports the immune system. We also have glutathione and NAC. Glutathione is a super antioxidant, the mother of all antioxidants. It's great for getting rid of free radicals in the body. It's great for bringing down liver functions. If you have fatty liver, this is great to get your liver back into check to where it needs to be. And building and helping the immune system too as well. And then NAC is great for the liver functions and is great for the body all the way around. Proline is a collagen-based amino acid. Then we have L-carnitine, which is great for muscle building, blood flow, and a number of other things. And taurine for brain function and anti-cramping. So it's really a great therapy. It doesn't require blood work either. All it requires you to do is fill out the new patient paperwork. You'll see our medical provider, which you can do telemedicine. If you're not here in the state of Florida, don't worry. We can service you guys wherever you guys are located in the United States. All you have to do is call or text us at 727-389-3220, and our medical staff will be happy to go through any other questions you have and get you signed up so you guys can take advantage of Nectar of the Gods or any of our other therapies out there. Whatever it is, whatever you're trying to achieve, look better, feel better, perform better, or different things, right? We can help you guys out, be your best, improve quality of life, and that's what it's all about. Paul Tran, Sergio, B Money, Ukar, Shauna Purcell in the house, Hassan, Obad, PLK. If anyone ships tests, get with me. Anyone ships tests. All right, so we do testosterone replacement therapy, just so you know, so we can definitely help you out. Cam, how you doing out there? How you guys doing? I hope you guys are all having a great day, and thank you guys for joining me again. So when we talk about Nectar of the Gods, this is a great therapy to be able to utilize daily or whenever you need to. It's great for your health, and it's great for boosting immune functions. And a lot of people, especially in the medical field, take this therapy if they're going to go around people that they know that are sick. And people that are working in the healthcare industry always have to go around people that are usually sick. So at that point, they're trying to find the best things they could possibly get to really help themselves and boost their immune functions. And then you get a lot of the other different benefits that go along with it, with the other components that are in Nectar of the Gods. So it's really a great therapy: immune system boosting, recovery, blood flow, liver protection, detoxification, and more. So don't delay, guys. Call or text 727-389-3220 and get on some Hercules Potion or ask what might be best for you. Everybody's different. So when you go through the process here at Titan Medical Center, you're going to go through a personalized process where we get your new patient paperwork, might get you on the phone. You might want to have hormones done, so we might get blood work. But if you don't, you just want Nectar of the Gods, you're going to fill out the new patient paperwork, and then you're going to see a medical provider in your consultation. That consultation will probably be about 30 to 45 minutes. And that'll go through everything on your new patient paperwork, your family history, your health history, all your symptoms, what you're trying to achieve, and all this. And our medical providers will personalize a program that's going to help you achieve what you're trying to achieve. And that's ultimately being your best every single day. Quality of life improvement, better performance in the bedroom, outside the bedroom, mental clarity, cognitive function will increase, all these different things. And who doesn't want to be better on a daily basis? I don't think anybody would raise their hand like, nah, I don't really care. I don't think anybody, I think everybody would want to be better in every way, shape, or form they possibly could, especially if it doesn't take a lot from them. A lot of people don't want to work and stuff like that. Oh, Joanna's on here. What's up in Body with Joe? How you doing? Safina, Change the Way You Think, Gumdrop Hero, Dales Robert, everybody on TikTok. It's not a pyramid scheme, so I don't even know why you would say that, Mike. There's no pyramids. There's nobody signing up here and then trying to sign other people up here so that they can get a cut of products that are over the counter. Everything that we do is prescribed from a U.S. licensed pharmacy. There's no other products that we sell, and there's no pyramid scheme or anything like that. I've heard that once or twice. I'm like, why would you even say that? It's not like I'm like, hey, sign up today and then sign your friends up. And then at that point, it's not like that, guys. So we're a real medical center. If you guys don't know, then come on down and visit us in Tampa, Florida. And you guys will get to see the 10,000 square foot, multi-million-dollar, state-of-the-art facility that we have, and meet all the medical staff and all the medical providers, which I have like 4 to 6 medical providers now, 4 full-time and 2 medical directors. It's kind of crazy. Internal medicine, anesthesiology. I mean, we cover it all here, guys. So I would love for you guys to come on and check it out, because I guarantee you'd be impressed, and I'll even give you some free Titan swag if you come down and check us out. I always like people coming in here. Do you know how to make your chest muscles jump? Yeah, some Hercules potion, inject them in both of those bad boys, do a couple of sets, and you should be able to pump your chest left and right? The way that you can really do it is if you start posing in the mirror, you really start looking at your body and doing the mind and muscle connection. That will get you the contraction that you're looking for in your chest and do all the things. Convince the FDA to approve Primable and Pretty Please. So I can't. And since we're talking about the FDA, we might as well get into peptides. So guys, listen up, listen real close. If you guys are interested in peptide therapy prescribed from a U.S. licensed pharmacy, you better jump on the horn right now. Last week, the FDA brought out some literature saying that they are going to ban most of the peptides that are beneficial for people, including BPC 157, TB 500, MK 677, DSIP, AOD 9604, Dihexa, Epitalon, and many, many more. So this is really, really, everybody got hit out of left field when this came out from the FDA. What we've said is listen, if you want to get these peptides and you need all this stuff, you better put your orders in now and try to get as much as you possibly can, because we don't know how long the supply is going to last, and we have no idea if it's going to be banned forever or flipped. I mean, it's just really, really crazy on how everything is going. So I would definitely jump on it if you guys want peptides from a U.S. licensed pharmacy. You're always, there's a whole bunch of legal sites you guys can get them from too, but you have no idea what you're getting. Right? It's not tested at all. There's no sterility testing. That means seeing, hey, listen, is everything good to go in there that I'm going to inject in my body? Endotoxin testing, concentration testing. So making sure that the product really is the product that you're injecting. This is something that we should be worrying about as patients. Where's our medication coming from? Is it legit? Thank God if it is, and that you're comfortable, right, with injecting this medication without having to worry about other negative things that could happen to you. And there's can be a lot of different things. I mean, you can get infections and different things like that where they actually have to cut out maybe part of the muscle if they do that, or part of the body. You don't want that to happen, especially if you're trying to be symmetrical as possible. You definitely don't want chunks of you cut out. Have I used TRT? Return of the McVoy. All right, so have I used TRT? I've been on TRT for 12 years now. Been on hormone replacement therapy, TRT, whatever you want to call it. But at that point, I tested my levels and I was at a 98 total testosterone, really, really low. Now, I was still able to do my responsibilities. I was getting up, going to my job. I had a family. My son, I think, was like 2 or 3 years old. You know, my wife and everything that goes along with it. So, you know, I was doing my thing, but at that point, I wasn't feeling my best. And obviously, I wasn't my best. And when I got my first testosterone reading, free and total, I was like, oh my God, this is really, really bad. And the doctor I was at who gave me the blood test at the current point was a primary care physician, didn't really believe in testosterone replacement therapy, thought it was going to be the cause of strokes and heart attacks. But he's seen it and he was like, man, John, he's like, this is really, really low. So at that point, he's like, he had like a bottle of testosterone in the office for office use, and he gave me 2 ml right off the bat. I'm like, man, that's a lot of testosterone to give me, right? He's like, you're that low where you need to jump it up real quick. So that was my story. I'm like, man, obviously I know now, I mean, you know, 2 ml at one time, that's 400 milligrams. That's a lot of testosterone. It's going to really jump your levels. And, you know, in 6 to 7 days, it's going to start coming down anyway. So there are different ways to do things and the right doses to do things. And that's what Titan can really help you guys out. It can dial you guys in. It can get you to optimal levels. We don't want you too high, like super physiological levels, but we want you at a good, healthy, optimal level so you feel your best. And we're turning back that clock inside of you to when you were probably your best. You know, when you rep 900, maybe 1,000 on your total testosterone, your free testosterone is great, high at the range, you're going to feel good. And usually that's between 18 and 21 years old is when a male really feels their best. And these levels are probably the highest in the body. So, you know, turn it back to that level to where it was at. So hopefully you start feeling like that and functioning like that. You know, you get back on track. You can do it. I mean, it doesn't matter how old you are. You know, as you get older, it gets harder. So you want to start as soon as you possibly can to get back on track, if you need to, right? Opinion of TRT every 2 weeks. So I think, you know, basically it's not a good protocol. You know, I think weekly, you know, splitting the dose is the best protocol. Even taking 1 shot per week, I think is a bad protocol as far as the patient not getting the best out of the therapies. And what I mean by that is that, you know, if you're taking these therapies or you're injecting testosterone or putting it on, whatever it is, you know, you're having to do this, right? So why not do it right? Why not get the best out of it? And that's really where, you know, the splitting the dose per week is really the way to go. And TRT every 2 weeks is really, really bad. Let's say I inject on Monday my TRT dose. Now I have to wait all that week, all the next week, to the next Monday, right? And you're probably feeling your worst at that point. And you're asking yourself, why am I feeling my worst when I'm taking testosterone? I should feel my best, right? And that's why. You literally feel down because your levels are probably down where they're at after 2 weeks. So you want to make sure that you take care of that. And if you need to switch providers, maybe that might be something you might want to look into. Taco Therapy, Furman, how you doing? Eva, Mary, how you doing? Ali, Darkurin, what's going on? And then everybody in here, do you mean roller coaster? Yeah, so I mean like a roller coaster. It goes up and it goes down, up and down, up and down. So, you know, you want to make sure that, you know, you're looking at things like this. Hormone levels really high right after injection and bottom backed out by the end of the 2 weeks. So that's what happens. Your body takes in the testosterone, takes a couple days, converts, boom, hits. You're peaking, and now you're going down, 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 down until you're bottom of the barrel, and then the next injection, you're back up, you're going down, 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 down. Instead of going up, right, you're here, and then 2 or 3 days later, you take your next dose, and you're here, and you stay even keel. That's the best way you could possibly do it. Oh, wow, I'm across the street from you at the port. AJ, come see us if we can help you guys out. Even if you want just a free B12 shot, I got you. What protocol do you guys usually use for low SHBG? So low SHB, sexual hemoglobin binding globulin. That's what SHBG stands for. And if you have would you say you have a low SHBG? So I wouldn't really worry about a low SHBG. When I blood test my SHBG, it is on the lower end of the scale. And that's not a bad thing, right? It's when your SHBG is too high where you really got a problem. When you usually have a high SHBG, your free testosterone usually correlates to a lower number. And that's what really causes some people to have low T symptoms, where they have a good total testosterone, but their free testosterone is all bound up, right? And at that point, it's not being utilized throughout the body. we would give somebody like danazol if they had a high SHBG to lower SHBG, and that would free up their testosterone like crazy. Now, like I said, if you have a low SHBG, I mean, you could drink, there's a couple things like coffee and stuff like that they say to raise SHBG, but like I said, you will not have to do that. What are your thoughts on peptides? Peptides are amazing, guys, all right? Peptides have so many different benefits. There's so many of them out there. But like I said, the FDA, whoever in the government, does not like peptides, I guess. And they're going to ban peptides. I mean, all the major ones that you guys can think of. BPC, TB500, AOD, GHK, CU, which is the copper peptide, C-Link, C-Max, Dihexa, I mean, pretty much any ones you could possibly think of, MK677, like all these are going bye-bye as far as what the FDA wants them, as far as banned. They're not going to be able to be compounded. They didn't say for the compounding pharmacies, like, no, you can't compound this, but it does say, if you do compound this, that you do open yourself up for us to come in and to regulate you, or maybe slap you on the wrist, maybe harass you, maybe shut down your pharmacy. So, you know, I don't know too many people that want to take that risk like that as far as pharmacies. It has to be attacked in the right way, and I think that a petition would do the best way, and I think everybody jumping on that petition right away, right now, would have some sort of effect. Thoughts on BPC 157 for arthritis? I think it's amazing. BPC 157 and TB500 are great for healing, but they're great for taking away inflammation. And inflammation is a key struggle in inflaming arthritis too as well. I mean, you know, the more inflammation you have in your body, the worse off you are all the way together. So I think that's something you need to look at for sure. And if you, I would get a hold of BPC 157, TB500 through us as fast as possible, and you'll be good to go. Jessica Lynn, we have one of our nurse practitioners on here. She got off at 6, so she's joining us on this chat. If there's anything you want to chat on here, Jessica, please let us know. Jessica Lynn, I appreciate you.
TikTok's on it today.
Yeah, TikTok is on it. All right, so let me talk about some of these. All right, my primary approved me for TRT, but said every 2 weeks and going to office for injections. That's horrible. Now you have to wait every 2 weeks, and you have to be on their schedule and go in and wait. For Titan Medical Center, you don't have to do that. You can self-administer at home in the comfort of your home. You can do the doses like I think they should be done for you. I'm not going to go against the provider and what they said. But, you know, these are different things that you need to look at because you will have a better experience with TRT and HRT, and your overall results will be a lot better. What do you think of semaglutide? So semaglutide is awesome. Semaglutide is not in the ban. Semaglutide is FDA approved. Anything that is FDA approved is not going to get banned, except for oxandrolone. Oxandrolone was FDA approved, and they banned it. So, you know, anything can happen, but semaglutide, tirzepatide, there's so much money getting made off it right now. Big Pharma's got their little hands on the FDA, guaranteed, and lobbyists, so I don't think we're going to see that going away. But, you know, with semaglutide, it's been a game changer for weight loss, for patients that never thought that they could lose weight, for patients that have tried every single diet, exercise, program, this, that. These medications, semaglutide, tirzepatide, work really, really well. You know, and they're pretty much an easy option for somebody that does want to lose weight. I mean, I hate it, but I love it. It's great, but it's bad. It doesn't make people change their lifestyle, but it still gives them the result, which is awesome. Now, obviously, if they were doing what they were supposed to, working out, eating correctly, sleeping better, drinking water, expedited results would happen too as well, and the more healthier that they would become. So if you can do these things with the guidance and the medication of semaglutide, I think you're going to be in great stance and for results and accomplishing what you're trying to achieve. Whew, brand new to the game. Go easy. Oh, keeping it real. No problem, man. Any question, there's no dumb questions to me at all, guys. So anything you guys got, you're more than welcome. I'm here for you guys. That's why I do this. I mean, I don't need to do this at all, trust me. So I just do it because I like letting you guys know what's going on, you know, what's new. Maybe you guys have questions that nobody has answered or you want us to answer, or me primarily, and I'm here for you. So what else we got here? My doc is not thrilled with that. Yeah, well, my SHBG is low and I aromatize super heavy as a result, using low dose Primo right now to control E2. But my so your doctor's not going to be thrilled with you taking Primo, all right? Obviously, they're not going to be happy with this. Now, what you need to do is if you need to control the E2 and you are converting like you say you are, at that point, you need to look into aromatase inhibitor. Your doctor, your primary care needs to be more educated about what he's doing and help you control the E2. You know, most of the patients here at Type Medical Center are on some sort of aromatase inhibitor, whether it's Arimidex, Letrozole, Aromacin, and such. I'm a prime candidate. I take 3 milligrams per week, 1 milligram Monday, 1 milligram Wednesday, and 1 milligram Friday. And people are like, wow, that's a lot. Well, you know what? I convert a little bit more than somebody else does. Where, you know, my dose of testosterone is 300 milligrams per week, cut by dosed twice. So, you know, it is what it is. Some people take 200 milligrams. They only have to take 1 milligram of Nastrol a week. Everybody is different. But we will dial you in and we will get you on that track where you feel your best and the numbers correlate. Not just the numbers look good and you feel like crap, or the numbers look bad and you feel good. And we want to make sure that you're good and the numbers correlate along with how you feel. That's what it's all about. I see a lot of other things on here. All right. And so why is FDA banning peptides? Can we read this anywhere? All right. So what's for lunch? You can go on Google and you can just type FDA banning peptides and you can read right from the FDA page. So there's no real reason why the FDA is banning peptides. If you look on the FDA page of the schedules 1, 2, and 3 for peptides or compounds in general, it starts breaking down. Now, 3, no medical necessity, no compounding. 2 is all the peptides we're talking about, right? And if you look at the reason that it gave, the same reason for every peptide is on it. It's the exact same reason. So there's not a different, like, well, this one did this and this one did this. No, it's the exact same sentences through every peptide. So at that point, you're not going to get a real reason from the FDA. They say it's unsafe. Peptides are unsafe and immunocompromising on every single one of them. So, I want you guys to go look at it and take a look at it and see what you guys think. And at this point, I think that, hey, listen, we get as many people as we can together and really petition it and really, start clapping back at the FDA and tell them, hey, listen, these things really work and these things really helped me as a patient, and me included, guys. Like, I wouldn't ever get on here or in the years and talk to you about something, a therapy or not, if I haven't tried it or I don't believe it 110%. Just won't do it, guys. There's definitely different therapies that have came out before that I have not been jumping on the bandwagon per se because I didn't believe them. I took them. They didn't really do what they were supposed to do. Why am I going to tell anybody out there that they do? So they call me a liar, or they're like, hey, John, you're just trying to sell us stuff. That's not true. I literally will take everything that I'm telling you guys, and at that point, I will tell you my honest opinion about what they do and how they work. What's your current weight and favorite supplement? So my current weight is 205 pounds. Current supplementation, I don't do any over-the-counter things. So HRT is my base, my foundation, and then like Hercules Potion, that's like my main one. Like I would tell everybody that, and ECA Stack Plus. So I have energy, I'm keeping lean, plus I'm getting a great pump, recovery, more strenuous activity. Those 3 things I think would be my staples. If I had to pick 3 that I had to take, and those were the only ones I could take, that'd probably be what it would be.
Real quick, Burt Fumbles Official liked and shared the live.
Thank you, guys. Everybody out there, please share the live. Please. Tag somebody if you're on Instagram, Facebook, share it to your page, share it to some other people's pages. I would really, really appreciate that. Best medication for blood pressure if diet changes, supplements, cardio, etc. hasn't worked. Great question. Best medication for blood pressure depending on where it's at. Like me, I see my blood pressure rising last year, and I changed diet, and my diet's really good anyway. I exercise and all that good stuff, and it still was kind of high. And, my dad's got kidney problems, high blood pressure problems, and stuff like that. And so if you guys don't know, high blood pressure and sugar levels directly affect the kidneys and can damage the kidneys even harder, faster, and worse than maybe they're getting damaged already. So at that point, you want to control those 2 things. They're silent killers. So my blood pressure was high. So at that point, I talked to my medical directors here. I said, listen, I don't want to go on some super blood pressure medication that's going to start messing with my erections and making me feel tired and all these different things. So the best one that they recommended for me was lisinopril at 10 milligrams. There's different ones out there, but that's probably your first step. It's really minimal. There's really no other side effects, but it's controlled my blood pressure. My blood pressure is really good. And, your blood pressure can be really good. And if you think you have high blood pressure or don't know, the best thing you guys can do is get a little blood pressure machine, and they sell them everywhere, Walgreens, CVS, any pharmacy out there. And you can keep a log, and the log should be taken once in the morning, right when you get up, before you drink anything, eat anything, right when you get out of bed, blood pressure log. Next time, at lunch. Next time, right before bed. And do that for a whole week, and then see where you're lying. And at that point, if you're still high, then you need to look into it. The other thing that can raise blood pressure is stimulants. So anything you're doing stimulant-wise, caffeine, ephedrine, coffee, anything stimulant-wise, can raise high blood pressure. So just be cautious of that. And if you have high blood pressure, be cautious of the stimulants or get it in check some way, shape, or form.
So this Burt Fumbles guy that shared it, he shared it and they try to get views by making jokes.
Oh.
They're bad jokes, though. He's not good at it. So.
Beetroot worked great for me if you haven't tried it yet. What's the longest acting testosterone? They say enanthate is. There's actually a couple different blends out there. They have enanthate, cypionate, and propionate, which has every ester in it, which I think is the best because they release at different times in the body. I think that's the real way to go if you can get test, and they do have that pharmaceutical grade that is prescribed. They also have different blends like cypionate, propionate, or they have, I'm pretty sure they have cypionate, enanthate. There's a couple different pharmacies that have some different options, but that's the longest acting one that we've seen. Steps before actually TRT. Steps before actual taking TRT. Blood work. That's step number one. Blood work, 100%. You need to know where your levels lie, and you need to see what's going on. And that's the best way to see. And then after that, make an educated decision about where they're at. Talk to your provider, and then come up with a game plan. There's different things you can do. Some people don't want to start with testosterone right away, even if they are deficient, clinically deficient with testosterone on their blood work. So you might want to try some other things. HCG, clomiphene. There's some different things out there you can try beforehand. And those might raise testosterone levels, but might not get rid of some of the symptoms you're having, or they work while you're on it, and then when you get off them, they're going to stop working. So at that point, if that's the case, you might as well do testosterone replacement therapy, because that's the exact same thing. You start it, you're going to be on it. You take it off, your levels are going to go down, just like on these other medications. So blood work would definitely be the first step. Thoughts on 2 to 3 HGH on tops? I really don't get into that. That might work. You want a blood test for sure. What's the thought about not taking an estrogen blocker? I don't recommend it, especially if you're taking testosterone. The biggest thing that I see, or problems that I see out there, are usually people that aren't taking aromatase inhibitors. And there's a couple different types of people out there. One is just the guy that doesn't know anything. He goes to his primary care physician. The primary care says, you know what, you have low energy levels, I'm going to test your testosterone levels. They test the testosterone levels, testosterone comes back low, and that doctor's like, all right, cool, we'll put you on testosterone. So they put you on testosterone. Testosterone goes up, you start feeling better within the first month or two, and then after that, you're like, damn, I don't feel so good anymore. I feel kind of tired. My erections kind of suck. Now I'm getting more body fat. I'm gaining more weight. Am I supposed to lean out on testosterone, feel better? Why is this happening? And that's because the estrogen's not in check. And then you have the second person. And the second person is somebody that's on forums or been doing black market for a long time or whatever it is, or they're listening to stupid people on the internet, because you shouldn't listen to everybody, okay? And at that point, they're taking testosterone, and somebody tells them, don't worry about taking an estrogen blocker until you start seeing symptoms. Guys, if you start seeing symptoms, it's too late. You can rectify the situation, but why even get it to that level? We talk about, negative side effects of high estrogen levels, irritability, right? The roid rage, that doesn't come from testosterone, okay? That comes from your hormones being out of check and you being like a girl on her period, right? And your estrogen's through the roof. You're crying or being very sensitive to things you possibly wouldn't be before, frisky commercials or whatnot. You have water retention now, right? And water retention causes high blood pressure. So this is another negative side effect that's causing something else that could damage something in your body. So at this point, you really guys need to look into this. Also, fat deposits. Where do you think women get most of their fat deposits? Let's just take a guess. Where do you see women get most of their fat deposits, right? Their chest, their legs, and their butt. So that's ultimately what's going to happen to you, fat deposits. And that's why a lot of guys get gynecomastia or man boobs, because at that point it's going unchecked, right? So you don't want that. So at that point, I would look into the blood testing and make sure that you're dialed in. And once you're dialed in, dude, you just got to take it from there and you're good to go. Leslie, hello from Sacramento, California. Big shout out to Sacramento from Leslie. Thank you for joining us. Best for fat loss, Alan. The best thing for fat loss, I would think that we have is semaglutide or tirzepatide. Those things are going to be awesome. If you're looking for energy to boost along with that, you can take an ECA Stack Plus that we have, ephedrine, caffeine, aspirin, B12, or chromium. Big shout out to Knuckle Crew in here too. My brother, what's going on? Otter Salad, how you doing? Andre, what's going on? How you doing? All right. TikTok is booming. Thank you guys. Let me see here. What else we got here? This phrase screens, lion's mane, and divorces. All right. I'm not Tony Danza. What is the FDA peptide ban all about? So the FDA peptide ban came out of left field. It literally, nobody was expecting it. Nobody knew about what was going to happen. They didn't make any warnings. They didn't say we were possibly going to do this. They just came out and said, you know what, this is going to be a Schedule 2, and these are unsafe for people. We want these things not compounded anymore. And that's kind of what happened. So all these different pharmacies and all these different clinics are trying to scramble right now to see what they can do to go against this. Obviously, listen, I'm a true believer in peptides, and there's a lot of different peptides that help in a lot of different ways. So do I think them banning peptides is a good idea? I definitely don't. I think that there's a lot more benefits that people can get from peptides than them as far as risk-wise. Just from our experience here, and patients that have been taking it for 8 years. I mean, 8 years, that's a long time, guys. It's a long, long time for our patients to take these peptides. And thank God, nothing's ever happened, right? There's never been no experience where somebody had to go to the hospital because of peptides, or, you know, something went wrong, or, you know, it's been really, really crazy. So that's what's going on. So at that point, yes, we can prescribe to New York and we can ship anywhere in the United States. I've got multiple physicians and providers that are licensed in multiple states, so we're good to go. So if you're in New York, no problem. We can help you guys out. If you're in California, we can help you out. If you're in Indiana or wherever you guys are at. Ohio, we can definitely help you guys out. Midwest, baby, let's go. So at that point, you guys will be good to go. Oh, nice. Stephanie, what's going on, Stephanie? I appreciate you joining us. Andre, I started treatment with Tight Medical. Very satisfied with the results. Awesome job. Andre, thank you for coming on here. I appreciate it, and I hope we lived up to the standard that I've set. You know, treatments, you know, can help improve quality of life like you guys have no idea. And somebody really doesn't understand until they get it. And then when they try it, then they really do. They're like, hey, what's going on? What's going on, Daisy? Are you Daisy? Let me know. Big shout out. All right, so can overtraining decrease your testosterone? I don't think so. I don't think overtraining can decrease your testosterone levels. I haven't tested it as far as blood testing. I just wasn't at that point back in the day and I've been on testosterone. I'm not going to stop testosterone to see. But I don't think it will, you know, obviously. Now, they've said all kinds of different things. Like if you masturbate or you watch porn, your testosterone lowers and all these different things. I mean, I swear, I heard this doctor talking about it to my wife. She was going on and on about it, you know, the clinical studies and this and that. And I'm like, man, it is what it is, right? You know, if anything, I would think it would jump testosterone levels. But hey, I haven't read the clinical data or I haven't done the study, so. But I don't think it will, especially if you're recovering better. So if you're putting really prioritizing recovery after the overtraining. And what is overtraining? How are you deciphering overtraining? Are you training a body part for 2 hours, one specific one? Are you going past muscle failure? Because literally, guys, if let's say you're doing one body part, and let's say I used to work out an hour per body part. So before I started Titan, I would go into the gym and I'd be in there for 2 hours. And I'd be doing chest for an hour and back for an hour, biceps for like 45 minutes, triceps for 45 minutes on those days. But it would be 2 muscle groups each day. I don't think I was overtraining at that point. But what I did do was I went to muscle failure. And I think that's what you should do. And if you're going to muscle failure, you really can't do any much more. So I think at that point, you know, the overtraining would be done. Now, if you say, listen, I've been training arms every single day to failure, that might be overtraining, right? We're talking about this. But, you know, some things I think that people overthink, especially the overtraining thing. where are you about your free testosterone being bound up? So when you look at testosterone levels, and it's different on the reference ranges for some labs, but like LabCorp, you're talking about, 50 is the high mark. So, you want to hit at least 30, 40, 50 if you can, beat the highest range. And it's fine. Now, when your free testosterone is real low and it's clinically low, then at that point, that's where you need to look at SHBG, see where that's at, and then raise the free testosterone levels. That's only if total's good. If total's low, free's low, then you might need testosterone replacement altogether, and that will boost both ends, total and free testosterone. All right. Do you have locations in Northern Ohio? So we service Ohio. So we can service you by telemedicine. We can send you for blood work there. Medications can be shipped directly to your doorstep, office, wherever you're traveling to. We make it very simple and very easy. We're concierge medicine, so we're concierge to you guys, trying to help you guys do whatever we possibly can. I just got some stuff from Charlene. I appreciate it. I'm on pellets and feel great, life-changing. So Aaron, pellets. So pellets the same way that I would definitely look at. We don't do any pellets here, and there's a reason why. And maybe, have you just started pellets? Because if you just started pellets, you're going to feel really good in the beginning, but that is all going to change down the line. And I'm going to tell you how it's going to change. Revolution Apparel. Komal, what's going on? Zelly, Bobby, how you doing? Revolution Apparel Inc. said, can you explain how enclomiphene and anastrozole work as a part of TRT process with testosterone? Great question. So when a patient comes, or even me, I'm a patient here at Type Medical Center, not just the owner and CEO, but at that point, like my regimen. So my regimen consists of testosterone, 300 milligrams a week. I take a cypionate, propionate blend, and I split the dose each week. So I do 150 on Monday and 150 on Thursday. In between that process, I take enclomiphene, and I also take anastrozole. So what we take these things for, let's first start with anastrozole. It's an aromatase inhibitor. Okay? You're like, well, what the hell is an aromatase inhibitor? Well, an aromatase inhibitor is something that blocks the aromatization from testosterone into different things like estrogen, right? And it doesn't block all of the estrogen, but what it does is it blocks some of the estrogen because we don't want estrogen levels aromatizing and being super high. We're being super high on estradiol, particular for males. We're talking about water retention, irritability, possible gynecomastia, fat deposits, and more. So we don't want that. Even high estrogen levels can correlate with cancer to a certain extent, right? So, we don't want estrogen levels going high. We want to keep that in check. We want a harmonic balance with the hormones. We want everything optimal, right? So that's a balance game. That's not just introducing testosterone and letting everything ride, because it will start converting to DHT, estradiol, and other things. So I want to make sure that's in check. So that's what you're going to take the aromatase inhibitor for. The next thing, enclomiphene. So when we take testosterone, and we take it from injection, a sublingual, a cream, a depository, whatever transportation method you're thinking, but you're taking it from an outside source. So once you introduce the testosterone into the body, what's going to happen is your body responds, it adapts. And what happens is your brain picks it up and it says, listen, we've got testosterone, there's a signal that goes down to your testicles, and that signal it goes, hey, listen, hey, you guys can shut down, take a break, we already got what we need, we don't need you to work. So we're like, all right, cool, we're going on vacation. And at that point, they go into atrophy, low serum production happens, that's where the infertility myth comes into play, shrinkage and tightness happen. So you're going to take enclomiphene because what that's going to do is that's going to keep that signal on. And what's going to happen is your testicles are not going to shrink, they're not going to get tight and maybe it hurts you a little bit on the tightness, and you're not going to have low serum production. So you're going to get all the benefits from testosterone without any of the negative side effects that could possibly happen. That is why you take enclomiphene or HCG or whatever it is, icosapeptin, and you take the enclomiphene, anastrozole. Sorry, the aromatase inhibitor. So you're making sure your testicles are going to keep working, everything's going to be good there, and you're going to make sure everything in the inside as far as your estrogen levels are going to be in check as far as estradiol. So no water retention, irritability, gynecomastia. You don't want your wife, your partner, or new partner saying, oh my God, this person's a dick when they're on this. What does it matter with them? Like, you better stop. right? And you're like, man, my doctor said this, and like I started feeling a little bit better, but I don't know, this isn't like me. So you don't want to do that. You want to be optimal and doing things the right way. And if you do things the right way, you're going to get all the benefits without any negative side effects, and that's the best way to do it. Woo! Okay, pellets. Let's get into pellets real quick. All right, so Aaron said he's on pellets, and it's great, life-changing experience. So if you're on pellets are little things like this. They look like little Pez candies, if you've ever seen Pez. They look exactly like Pez. I mean, to a T. But some are white, but some are that different colors, right? Like orange and stuff. And what happens is they make a little slice in your buttocks, and they insert these pellets, like a cattle. And some people are like, all right, that's cool because I only have to get one slice every 3 months, and they get inserted. And I don't have to worry about injections or taking these pills or, none of this stuff, John. It's real easy. I pay, I go in, I get it inserted, and I'm done. And now you start feeling better. Well, what happens is your levels, they start boosting, right? And they go shoot up to the moon. So you're feeling great. But what happens is through the time, it just starts going down, going down, going down, going down. Now you're into your second month. You're like, man, I don't feel as good as I used to. I'm starting to feel worse and worse. Damn, man, when am I getting these pellets? I got like another 20 days. All right, well, I guess I'll wait it out. And then you're like, damn, you feel garbage. Then you go back in, get your pellets inserted. That's not good. You're going through the roller coaster ride. The next thing is that you can't control anything once it's in. So once these pellets are in, you're on the ride. You're on the roller coaster. There's no getting off the roller coaster until those things absorb through your body. And this could be a problem too, because specifically for girls, I would think, and testosterone reasons, because if testosterone shoots up too high, stays too high, there's things that negatively can impact them. And I've seen this impact a lot of different women, from deep in the voice to hair growing everywhere that they never had hair before, to enlargement of the clitoris. And these people are like, oh my God, like what the hell? Like, how do I reverse this? And you're like, there's nothing we can do. I mean, you get surgery, maybe cut off the clitoris, start shaping it up. The voice box, I don't know about softening. Facial hair, you get laser hair removal. That will work, I guess. So I guess you could get past that, but who wants to do that? Not many people want to do that, and it's not fun, I promise you guys. It is not fun at all. Is enclomiphene safe? Enclomiphene is very safe, guys. Enclomiphene is FDA approved. So at that point, it's been used for a long, long time. Now, there's clomiphene and there's enclomiphene, so you guys know. So there's a difference. Does it cause blood clots? And clomiphene cause blood clots? Absolutely not. Now, blood clots can happen from a number of different things, guys. It just doesn't happen from testosterone. I mean, if things raise in the body, like hemoglobin, hematocrit, red blood cell count, and they stay thick or they get higher, that can definitely cause blood clots, DVTs, and strokes. So, if you're on TRT or HRT, you want to be able to get maintenance blood donations. Every 3 to 6 months, you're donating blood, you're giving another blood test to make sure everything's good. These are the different things that will help you guys have a good, healthy HRT experience for the rest of your lives. Because if not, you have to check on these things. It's not something just to go once a year and do. You want to make sure that you're checking your blood work every 3 to 6 months. And if you need to donate, you want to donate. And if you're flying and you have high hemoglobin, hematocrit, red blood cell count, you're putting yourself at an even higher risk of getting a DVT, blood clot, or stroke. So make sure these things do not go unchecked. Make sure somebody that is providing the service and these medications to you is on it, monitoring you. Not what you want, what's right for you. That's the big thing, right? HCG. So HCG we have, and that is commercial brand. There's no compounded HCG anymore. That's another thing that got pulled off the market about 2 years ago as far as compounded. So, all right. At 46 years old, is TRT good to do? Any negatives? So yeah, beyond, at 46 years old, I would definitely have my levels checked. I'd do the blood test. And through us, it's the most inexpensive blood test you guys can get in the country. For $150 for males, that's with the discount, you get everything checked. Everything. CMP, comprehensive metabolic panel, liver, kidneys, electrolytes, complete blood cell count, hemoglobin, hematocrit, red blood cells, making sure that's all good, white blood cell count, making sure there's no infections or anything like that. PSA for guys, prostate, right? Want to look at cholesterol panel, so LDL, HDL, good cholesterol, bad cholesterol, the ratio, triglycerides, total cholesterol, full thyroid panel, T3, T4, TSH. We also want to look at free and total testosterone, estradiol ranges, progesterone ranges, IGF-1 ranges, so growth hormone ranges, B12 ranges. All these are in that full in-depth testing, all for one price of $150 to you guys. For females, there's a couple extra tests on your panel, but it includes all those except for the PSA and more. And yours would be $225. So I would definitely take advantage of the blood testing, and especially at 46 years old, I want to make sure. How soon can I get an appointment? Josue, Antonio Baez, as soon as possible. I would call or text 727-389-3220. It's our main number. And ask them how fast can I get on it. It just depends on what you're trying to do. If you're trying to go for hormones, we'll set you over with a blood test. But at that point, we can get you pretty good. Is this through you guys via mail, or how do you guys go about it? It's through us. So when you call or text us, or you can go right to our website, typemedicalcenter.com, fill out the new patient paperwork, and we'll call you a separate appointment or consultation, whatever you need. But I would be proactive, and I would just call or text. But we're in Tampa, but we service everywhere in the United States. So we can send you in for a blood test in your local lab. We can send you your medications directly to your house from the pharmacy. All this will be serviced to you. There's no problems. It's very simple and very easy to do. Yeah, please. Thank you. I appreciate it, Art. All right. So I'm trying to think if there's any other questions for you guys. All right. I think that's about it.
Yeah, like 9-10 minute morning anyways.
All right. So I got about 9 or 10 minutes. If there's any other questions, please shoot them out. Or do I need to do another one? Does TRT spike cholesterol? TRT does not spike cholesterol. Cholesterol can be affected if you don't fast for your blood test. And let's say you eat in the morning, you eat your big breakfast or whatever, and you come in for a blood test at lunch. This can affect fasting glucose levels on the blood test, and can also affect cholesterol levels on the blood test. So have the most accurate readings for cholesterol and glucose levels. Best thing to do is fast at least 12 hours before your blood test. Usually people don't eat after midnight, and then they'll go like 8, 9 o'clock in the morning to go get the blood test done, and that's probably the best way to do it. Besides TRT test, is it expensive? So no, it's not. I mean, it's generally, it's pretty economically competitive with what's out there. Charlene Berry, thank you so much. Clomid before TRT or wait? You can try Clomid before TRT, but like I said, it'll raise numbers, but a lot of people it doesn't take away some of the symptoms. And the numbers correlate great. Like somebody's at 800 total testosterone, freeze looks in the middle, but they don't feel better. So, that's the big thing. We want you to feel better. It's not just all about the numbers. If it's all about the numbers, we can look at things. It just is what it is. All right. What other labs are required for females besides what you listed? So females, we do DHEA testing on there for them. It's all in there. So like we do a total estrogen test on them because total estrogen, you want to look at females more. So those two big tests right off the bat, they would be added in there. Okay.
You follow Bihan, by the way.
Bihan, I appreciate it. Thanks for the info. I'll check our website. I appreciate it, Bihan. Thank you so much. The symptoms are really bad for me right now. Whoa. What are your thoughts on donating blood on TRT that is your cutoff as far as hemoglobin? Definitely want to donate blood if your hemoglobin and hematocrit are high, and you don't want to be in a high range. So when you start looking at reference range on there like 16, 17, like that's pretty high. So at that point you want to make sure that that's dialed in and that's not like that. The symptoms are really bad for me right now. So are you on Clomid right now, Josue? Or are you not on anything? Let me know.
What symptoms?
Yeah, so I'm thinking testosterone symptoms, or if he's on clomiphene, that could be causing negative symptoms. Clomiphene, not clomiphene. What if you want to stop after a year? Will your body stop producing T? Well, if you have low testosterone now, your testosterone is never going to get recharged and go back up. There's not like a battery charger to connect to your testicles, shock you, and they went back up all the way. It's never going to happen like that. So wherever your level's at now, it's just going to decrease over time, at least 1% every year. So if you go on testosterone replacement therapy, you'll be on add-back therapy, so you'll be on clomiphene with it. So your natural production never shuts down per se, so you won't be totally crashed. But what's going to happen is your levels will go back. They'll go back to kind of where they were at. They're not going to go back to better, right? So I just want you to understand that. It's just like cholesterol medication or blood pressure medication. If you need blood pressure medication real bad, and you take blood pressure medication, it controls your blood pressure, like cool, and you decide, you know what, I don't want to take blood pressure medication anymore. Screw this, I ain't taking it. And you don't go for like 2 days, and then you test your blood pressure, and your blood pressure's through the roof. Well, you're not taking medication to control that or optimize it or whatever it is. So at that point, you really want to look at that for sure, 100%. But you can't stop. There are different people for health reasons, financial reasons, personal reasons that they've wanted to stop. and we go back to their natural function. I mean, that's just what it is. And it might not be good, and they might have a lot of negative symptoms because that's what low testosterone has. But, you know, it is what it is. And it doesn't put them at a worse position than where they were at. Suggestions to take for muscle building. So there's a couple different ones. If you can get MK677 right now through us, I would jump on it. Peptides for sure. That's a great one. And then if you don't want to worry about that, obviously you can have Hercules Potion from us. That's a really, really good one as far as for muscle building, recovery, more strenuous activity. I mean, so that's a really, really good one I would recommend. But MK would probably be my go-to. Or IGF-1 therapy that we offer. That's another good one that you can use. Do you recommend an anastrozole? Yes. So I take an anastrozole myself. I take 3 milligrams a week, 1 milligram one day, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And, you know, all our patients take some sort of aromatase inhibitor. I think there's one patient in the whole practice, and that's thousands and thousands of people, that does not have to take an aromatase inhibitor. And for him, originally, he did. And at that point, he was like, listen, I'm tired. So we sent you in for a blood test. And we're like, this didn't come back good. All right, stop the aromatase inhibitor. Let's send you in for a blood test. And we sent him in for 3 blood tests to finally see what was actually going on. And it just seemed that, you know, the dose was maybe a little bit too low as far as that goes, and it really didn't convert. So he didn't really need it. But everybody else that I've seen definitely needs it, 100%. I think that's it.
Oh, wow, yeah.
I think that's it.
You got the A-Rod one?
Yep.
Blood on TRT.
Yep, got that one too.
Blood before TRT or weight.
Yep.
All right.
All right, guys. So I think I answered all your questions. I appreciate you guys. Big shout out to Amanda Nooks. What's going on? So, yeah, that's it. Sheila, how you doing? Do you need good estradiol for cardiac health? Absolutely. Absolutely. Definitely, 100%. You want to make sure that these hormones there's not cut down completely. Some people think that, oh, I want high testosterone, I want no estrogen. You need a little bit of estrogen for good health. For good health. So, you know, that's what it's all about too. It's, you know, when we talk about testosterone, these hormones or different therapies, this should be about improving quality of life and helping your health. Helping you feel better, perform better, look better, and just overall, you know, being better, right? And quality of life is the big true factor here. And quality of life is different from other people. Some people, quality of life is having the best performance in the bedroom. Some people, quality of life is having energy every day. Some people, quality of life is keeping their hair. Like, I mean, so whatever your quality of life is, that's what we want to help improve and get you guys the best you possibly can. Thanks, boss. Definitely get in touch. Just turned 50, ready to be enhanced. Let's go. Marco, let's go. Let's get you to your ultimate optimal self. All right?
2 new followers on TikTok, Tim and Jared.
Tim, what's going on? Jared on there, what's going on? I appreciate it. Jeffrey Starr sent me some stuff. I appreciate all you guys sending me stuff on here. I really do. Thank you, guys. All right, so I think that's it. Unless you guys have any other questions, I'll definitely answer for you guys. This has been a great session with you. I appreciate it. All you guys joining me on Titan Talk Tuesday. Juicy Lucy, what's going on? Macho AJ, what's going on? Nayurka, what's going on? Paul Boy, how you doing? Thank you guys for joining me. It's at the end of my live, but I appreciate it. I'm here every Tuesday at 6 p.m. unless I tell you guys I'm going to go earlier. TikTok, I got another one on here. What role does DHT play? Dihydrotestosterone. Dihydrotestosterone, good question. Dihydrotestosterone, DHT. DHT gets a bad rap because DHT, if you have high DHT levels in the body, it usually cuts off blood supply to the scalp and people start losing hair. So that's the big role of DHT as far as for hair loss. But DHT plays a really pivotal role in how we feel in our testosterone levels. You want good DHT levels. You don't want very bottom low DHT levels because you won't feel the best and you will definitely not gain the best you possibly can. So DHT plays a pivotal role in everything in your body as far as feeling good, muscle building, and so on. So DHT should not get the bad rap, but it should be under control if it needs to. You can always run a DHT test through a blood test through us. I think the test is like $30, and you can see where your DHT levels are. And if you need to go on a DHT blocker, we've got some different therapies that can definitely help out with that. I'm 58, had a test level of 262, now 900, and 0.40 and 0.45 each week, feeling great. So that is awesome, right? So I don't know if you're a patient of ours, but if he's not, that's really good. 262 up to 900, feeling great. That's exactly where we want to be. Now, make sure that the other things like your estradiol are zoned in, tuned in, so you keep feeling great and you get all the best out of your therapies. Would TRT and finasteride pair well? So no. The reason finasteride would not pair well. So finasteride is a DHT blocker. Finasteride is what they approved for hair loss. It's the most common one, and it's been around for a long time. But oral finasteride can be a male castration drug. I've took finasteride, and whether it's 1 milligram or 5 milligrams, it can affect people in the exact same way. What it does is it kills libido. It lowers DHT levels to the ultimate low. So you might be able to keep your hair, but you might not be thinking about sex. And you might not be able to perform very well too as well, even if you're on testosterone replacement therapy. And I'm the prime example of this. I took finasteride to see what it's going to do. I took it for about 4 weeks, and into week 2, and me and my wife have relations almost every night. So after the second week, I really wasn't thinking about it. Didn't think about it at all. Didn't cross my mind, and I wasn't aware. Right? I was just, working. I was kind of in the zone, or whatever it was. And, after 4 weeks went by, and then my wife's like, hey, John, what's going on? Are you mad at me? What are you doing on the side? What's going on? Like nothing. I'm like, I've been taking this finasteride. God, this shit is I don't have any drive. I didn't want to. I didn't want to think about it. It's crazy. That's not like me. So she's like, something's wrong with you. You better stop that finasteride. So I stopped finasteride, and probably about 2 to 3 weeks later, and then my sex drive and everything came back strong. But I wouldn't take it orally. I'd take it topically if you're going to take it. But I think there's some other good ones out there that might be, there's a topical foam that we have. It has minoxidil, which is like Rogaine, which helps keep your hair. Finasteride, which helps grow and keep. And it has lantropose, which thickens it. It's a foam, so you apply it to the top of your head, so you're not taking it orally, and it doesn't affect people with the negative sex side effects that I got. So, and I've tried that one too, worked really well, and like I said, no problems. Best liver and kidney support would be glutathione, straight up. Does TRT reduce length in the you-know-what? Absolutely not. This is a big myth, guys. Big myth is, hey, you're on testosterone, you're on steroids, you got a little Peter. Not true. Not true at all. What it can do is, if you don't take testosterone correctly with the other medications, it can shrink your testicles. So that might be something that is true. But if your testicles shrink, your Peter is going to probably look bigger, right? So I wouldn't really be upset about that. But no, it's not going to shrink the length. If anything, more blood flow and vasodilation, you probably might get ½ inch, ¼ inch, something a little bit bigger. And you'll be able to do it a lot more, guaranteed. So, you'll be like a bull in the bedroom. That's the best thing, You want to be like that.
On Instagram,
Juicy Lucy. Juicy Lucille. Hey, need to come visit. Ready for Tight Medical to get me feeling great. No need for testosterone though, but I'm coming for you. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. We're waiting. We've got a ton of different therapies to help you guys out. So please come on through. I mean, if you can't get down here, we do telemedicine, so we can help you out there too as well. But man, I'd love to see your face in the office. Come see our beautiful location. And like I said, anybody that comes down, I'm giving you guys some special Titan gear. You just need to let me know that you're here or you're on your way or wherever it is, and I'll make sure you get it. Guys, girls, I really appreciate it. I love having people come down and say hi to us and check out the location. Because, if you're online, you've never seen us in person, you probably think, oh my God, it's like this little hole-in-the-wall office or whatever it is. It's not. It's definitely not. It's totally opposite of that, for sure, 100%.
Midlife says he's signing up.
I'm signing up ASAP now. All right, Midlife. We're going to get you going, man. Get you straight, dude, 100%. And you can come on here, man, and join us on these lives. I'm on here every Tuesday to talk with current patients, new patients, people thinking about this, maybe want some more education or knowledge, or have questions about some of the different therapies that we offer. So I'm here for you guys every Tuesday, Titan Talk Tuesday, 6 p.m., and then Drew will have Titan Lifestyle on Friday. Also, I do a live with Michael Hearn on Tuesdays earlier in the day, usually, so you guys can tune into that. We talk about a whole bunch of different stuff as well. Woo! All right, guys. Anything other than blood donations to control hematocrit? No. So you're going to have to do a blood donation or a therapeutic phlebotomy. So if you can't donate, you can get a therapeutic phlebotomy, which is a prescription, and they can do it for you like that. No problems. All right? And I appreciate all you guys. My total T is 2,247. My free is 613. Still have ED and taking 20 milligrams of Cialis. What's your estradiol level? This is a good question. You're telling me your T levels. What's your estradiol level? Everybody focus on T. Even if your T is high, your estradiol is high, you're going to have womp, womp, womp. and it's not going to be fun. Alexandra, what's going on? Big shout out. Big shout. I need to get on TRT. MPL 188. Call or text us 727-389-3220. We'll help you get out. We still get the peptides. Yes, you can still get the peptides right now, 100%. It'll probably last maybe 90 days, maybe, unless those peptides go real quick. All right? I appreciate it, guys. I don't